Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we're going to do my poll planning video for the month of February. So we just had the community stream. I did post my community stream recap going over everything there. But in this video, I'm just going to focus on the characters coming out this month and who I'm going to pull. And I will also talk about just who I would recommend you to pull for, because once again, my pull plans might not be what I would recommend the average player to do. I'm in a very different situation than a lot of players. I have a lot of these characters already, so there might be a banner that I would completely skip just because I've already got the kit, where I might say, yeah, you should summon on that, right? But we'll start with the obvious. Penelope is our anniversary character, and yes, I am 100,000,000% going to summon, and I recommend every player summon for this character. She is going to be one of these dummy busted support characters that is literally going to be relevant for 8 months, maybe longer. I think she's going to be that good. She is going to be Garnet level, who we know how long Garnet lasted, and she's still very good to this day. We've just got another great tool in that kit. So I think Penelope is the must-pull character of the month, which is obvious, right? And I've said this before. Without even knowing the anniversary character, I would have said this is a must-pull character. They did a good job here, because once, very early in the stream, they announced that it was not a new character, so it was a returning character. I immediately got nervous, because I'm like, oh, they could really pick, like, something not hyped for a lot of people, and it could be bad, and whatever, but Penelope was a very good choice. She wasn't one that I emphasized very much in my prediction video, or just my, who could get, be the anniversary character video. She was mentioned, I think, very briefly, but she definitely, like, when thinking about it, because I think I mentioned, like, oh yeah, someone like Selphie could be really busted, and I might have mentioned Penelope in that breath as well, just because, yeah, these really good support characters, like, this character to me is like the icon of the FR era, in that she was there at the beginning as like the main force charger. So like, for not having a force weapon, she was kind of like the icon support character of the force era. So her getting the anniversary bump here is really nice, and man, that costume is fire. So anyways, yeah, Penelope, yes, must pull. That I would recommend everybody pull for Penelope, right? Going into the next characters here. Next one should be Jessie, yeah. And Jessie, this is interesting, because I believe on JP's timeline, she was at the end of the month, and we're getting her at the beginning. Now, Jessie, for me, is I am going all in on Jessie, because I just really like Final Fantasy VII, and I like the character. So for me, like, fan favorite-wise, I think Jessie is a must-pull. I think, in general, she is a really good character, too. So I don't think she's a must-pull like Penelope. Like, she is skippable. But if you're someone that's a fan of Final Fantasy VII and you like this character, like, yes, she definitely is a character I could recommend people pull for, which they're kind of smart. They're, in my opinion, Penelope and Jessie are the two the more hype characters of the month. And they're putting them back to back, which is actually a pretty good strategy, right? So yeah, to me, Jessie and Penelope are like my two all-in must-pulls, and I'm going to full invest both of these characters. That's for me personally, right? Seiss, I'll have to decide on Seiss. I like Seiss. She's a dark damage trap-based character. And her traps do work really well with FR. She actually combos really nice with Laguna. And funny enough, Laguna is getting a rerun this month, right? So like, yeah, if you like the Laguna Seiss combo, you definitely can get that going again. I still don't think Seiss is like a top tier pick at this point. There are definitely better characters you can get. I don't know that I would recommend the average player to say, like, you must get Seiss, but she's very good if you like her playstyle. I do have a character guide. Actually, I think on pretty much every character you're going to see in this video, I should have a guide on. So you can just watch and see what the characters do, because basically what happens here is they get reworks, but their numbers just get better, right? But yeah, Seiss is very cool. For me, her FR is going to be kind of resource dependent, because the thing with Seiss is I don't know how often I'm going to use her as my main FR, and she's there more for, like, the traps, right? So, like, she's a character that works well just with other FRs, so she's very usable without having her FR, and I've already got her fully built. So, I may not go in on the FR, so I'm going to be on the fence with her there. Lon and Rain is going to be a 100% skip for me. Lon and Rain's big thing is they're an AoE magic dealer. The thing that they've always kind of been restricted with is they have to be an AoE, otherwise they do pretty poor damage. They are getting a rework here, and I haven't looked at the rework. Their rework might fix that, where they're better single target, but I know their last iteration, it was like AoE or bust. And the thing is if you want AoE magic damage dealer, you want Rinoa. And so if you got Rinoa, I don't really see the point in Lon and Rain, so I would say they're pretty skippable, for sure. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. This month is tough, you guys. So Ash FRBT, this, to me, Ash is similar to Jessie in that she's not meta defining, she's not a must pull, but damn is she a favorite for me, and I really like her kit. I like her Paralyze. She's got some pretty good buffs. She's got some nice battery type things going on. I just really like Ash. I think she's a fun character. So I think she's a character, if I have the resources, I am going to go all in on Ash. I do think I am. And here's the thing. I think I'm going to do a separate BT token guide as well. But I've got BT tokens to pick up something this month, right? My thought is, I mean, realistically with Penelope, I could actually ticket Penelope because I've got her whole kit. It's just I need her FRBT. If I want to be a little sassy, I could just ticket Penelope and then token her BT and then save my gems, and I could maybe gem Ash. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but one character is definitely getting, because actually it might be smarter for me to gem Jessie actually because I need the whole kit anyways, and then I could just ticket Penelope, get maybe, you know, if I can get 2 Penelope FRs, I could probably dip out, and then I could just token the BT. I might have to do that. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be tricky, but Ash, I think I actually am going to pull for Ash. I'm just a fan of her. She does have some good shutdown. So the two kind of cool things about Ash that I like is she's got shutdown with Paralyze, but she also does EX charging. And EX charging is actually a really cool ability. It can synergize well with some characters, right? And she's going to be like probably a more updated character than Lude, because Lude is like kind of exclusively like support and EX charging, but Ash is going to have a little bit of bite behind her, and she's got that Paralyzed utility. So I think I personally am going to pull Ash, yes. Strago is going to be 100% skip for me. I hate to say it as a Final Fantasy VI fan, but I've actually just never been a fan of Strago's kit in this game. It's just a very plain kit, and his kit is just AoE magic damage, and he attacks multiple times in a turn. His EX in his last iteration was kind of the best part about his kit, and that's probably why they're comboing him with Ash, so Ash can charge his EX, because that's where his real power came from. So it makes sense that they're paired here. But to me, like, I feel like Strago is just like a worse version of Fusuya, because Fusuya actually has utility with the Paralyze. So I feel like Strago and Twin so far are the two characters I can say are like immediate skips for like pretty much everybody. I can't really say I would recommend them. Now, we've got to talk about the question mark BTFRs here, and what I predicted in my last video is I think this is where Arden and Renoa are going to come. Now, if Renoa does actually get a rerun here, Renoa is a character that I could advise people to pull on. She is quite good, and definitely pull her over, say, the Lon and Rain. If you need a AoE DPS character, I think Renoa is a good pickup. Arden is probably not so much, right? But Renoa, I think, is a good pickup this month. But Strago's a big skip for me for sure. Dark Knight Sesso is also a skip for me 100%. He's another character I just don't like his kit very much. He basically he hurts himself, lowers his HP, but he gets good things when his HP is lower. I've just never been a fan of characters that like their HP being low, because then I feel like I'm playing a dangerous game where I could just get one shot. He also has launching, but there are by far better characters to utilize for launching. I feel like Dark Knight Sesso is just in a weird spot. It's not that he's bad. He's going to output good damage, and if you build him and build his teams right, like, you can make this man work, right? Like, he's a great character. He's just not my playstyle, not my cup of tea. I also wouldn't recommend him for the average player, because I feel like in terms of, if you're looking for a pure DPS, there are better options out there. And if you're looking for a pure launch enabler, there are better options out there, right? So to me, it's got to be like, if you just really like him and his playstyle, and he's a fan favorite, then sure, go to town, pull this man, get him. If he's your favorite, go for him, right? For me, that's like Ash, right? Like, I don't think I would recommend the average player to pull Ash. I'll actually backtrack on that and say, yeah, Ash is probably a skip for the average player, but she's a favorite for me, so I'm going all in, right? Jessie, I think, is a little bit more like meta relevant. I actually really like Jessie. I think she's gonna be fun. We'll do a fun little character guide on her. But I would say outside of Penelope, to me, like, Jessie's the next one I'm kind of the most excited about personally. But everyone's different, right? Cloud coming back, I don't think I would recommend you go in hard on Cloud. He is getting a rework here, though, and I know a lot of people like Cloud. You know, you might just get lucky and pull his stuff on the start dash draw. You know, that could be a thing. Here's the other thing you guys have to remember when pull planning this month, is they're literally giving out free multis every single freaking day. So, like, 30 free multis. And some characters like Cloud, like, pretty much his whole kit is going to be on there, except his BT, I think. So some of these characters you might just pick up on a random daily free multi. So if it's a character that like their whole kit is pretty much already out and you don't need like an FR or BT from them, like you might be able to just get lucky and pull them on a free daily. So you might want to hesitate about pulling for some of these characters, right? And then Kuja to me is a big skip. Once again, just a character I've never been a fan of. He's pretty straightforward, like pretty plain Jane. He's just a holy damage enchant imperiler, and he just, you know, there's just a lot of magic holy damage. That's it. He doesn't provide like a lot of utility. His BT effect isn't crazy. He's just a very plain Jane character. And once again, his main role is DPS, but I think there are characters that do it a lot better than Kuja. So I would say Kuja is a pretty big skip all around here. So once again, just to reiterate, so we'll call this my pull plan video, right? For me, pulling all in on Penelope. I'm going all in on Jesse. Oh, I didn't really talk about Snow. I would say Snow, just once again, usually these rerun characters, not must pulls. I'm, of course, skipping Snow because I already have him maxed out anyways. Sice for me is a maybe, but probably skip. Lon and Rain is a total skip. Ash for me is a pull, but that's based on like a fan basis, not on like a meta basis. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Strago's a skip. Sesso's a skip. Cloud's a skip. Kuja, yeah, these are all skips for me. So my month is really top heavy, right? So for me, I'm really looking at Ash, Jesse, and Penelope. Those are my main pulls for the month. So anyways, guys, let me know who you are all going to pull for this month. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.